Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the November 18th through 22nd, and again, missing one day, recap of General Hospital. So this week has been really interesting. I don't feel like we say this a lot, that there wasn't a lot going on, but we're going to still talk for a half hour.
It was a fill-in week.
Yeah.
I felt like they started a lot of storylines and then they just dropped it. Like with Brook, if you listened to Thursday, she's here, blah, blah, blah. But then we saw her those 2 days and we haven't seen her since.
Right. So here's the thing, though, is, are we missing stuff because of these preemptions? Because have they had to go back and edit and been like, oh, maybe that wasn't that important?
Oh, maybe. I wasn't thinking of them re-editing. I was just thinking missing one whole day shouldn't be the connector to all of these storylines.
Right. How crazy. Does it seem like she's flirting with Sonny, though?
She flirts with everyone, I think.
Like Uncle Dimples? And I'm like, ew,
stop.
No.
Yeah. Inappropriate. Mm-hmm. And he seemed like he didn't know how to take her.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like, oh,
like, okay, hi,
Brooke, how are you?
Yeah. Liv was not happy.
No.
Nope.
Not understanding the Dante storyline. Why do we keep bringing it up?
Well, as soon as I saw that big package and she said that she's been mailing him letters,
you were like, there's the letters.
You're getting them all back right now,
Exactly.
He didn't just write to you for 3 months straight and just mailed them all at once.
Yeah, there's nothing that he wrote to you that needed that big of a package. No. If it was just a regular letter, maybe it said it was from the WSB and she thought it was like
updates and
form papers, like you would get court papers or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I could see that maybe.
Been. It was still the wrong kind of envelope because it was padded. It wasn't just a regular. But maybe that's what she was hoping for.
Maybe.
I don't know. But that felt dumb.
It's just
unnecessary.
It's sad. Yeah. It's just sad. He's not coming back for the time being.
Right. Maybe they're just trying to keep the storyline open so it's not like we haven't heard from him in 6 years and then he pops up again.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But I feel like him calling his son or sending a letter to his son.
Right.
If he has time to say, Mom, quit writing me, he should have time to write his son a happy Thanksgiving letter.
Or maybe send your son a Christmas card. Or he just had a birthday and didn't send
they actually celebrated.
Yeah, they did.
So, yeah, I don't know. It just felt forced in the storyline.
Yeah, like it was just there just to be there.
Yeah.
And side note, I'm not a fan of all the Wedgwood that's in the den now.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Like a little bit of the curtains, I think, is what makes it too much.
Mm-hmm.
If they were solid.
Right.
But then you had like the Wedgwood porcelain like accent throughout.
Yeah.
But all curtains. Sorry.
They're overdone.
Yeah.
That room's always overdone.
And Brooklyn even said, she's like, redecorating much or something like that, Yeah.
She didn't have anything nice to say.
She did not. So just remember, I'm a little bit loopy.
It's going to be an exciting day with Shannon.
I had surgery on Friday, which we'll talk about a little bit more in the weekly the reality check. But yeah, I'm tired and I'm relaxed. But
they didn't give you any paint medicine while you were there?
They did not give me any paint medicine.
No paint medicine at the hospital this week.
No. I thought that was weird. Okay, so first of all, TJ's right.
Of course TJ's right. You knew TJ was going to be right.
Did they not run a blood test?
I think you have to test specifically for that because it's one of those things. You've watched all the 2020 Datelines. I think that's one of the things that doesn't show up in regular blood tests, and that's why it's like the perfect killer. Dun, dun, dun.
That's just, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like Finn is an intelligent man who would have been like, all right, so let's try to see what's in there that maybe we're not. Because, it's a common household. It's a quote unquote, I don't have rat poison in my house, but it's not an uncommon household product that they would.
But it's uncommon that you would be around it in any way to ingest it.
Well, And then Alexis is like, but I showed it to my general practitioner. You need to test the specific ingredients. Do you remember when the Tylenol thing happened in the 80s?
Right.
They had to test the specific ones.
That would have been Finn's first I disagree with you on the blood test. I don't think he would have run that because I don't see why that would be in your bloodstream because it's not that common, especially since it's banned in a lot of stuff now. But the only new thing you've introduced in your life is the supplement.
Right.
Why don't we test the actual supplement? Because if you're buying stuff online, just because the ingredients say this, this, and this, you don't know that there's not something else in there.
No. I mean,
that's just real life.
Well, and that's why they say, because I mean, there's a lot of, nutritional supplements and things that. So, for example, I use Arbonne products.
Mm-hmm.
There are some available on Amazon, but they're not necessarily their products. They're in the packaging and everything. But same with oils,
right?
I know that a lot of doTERRA and Young Living people say like you can order them online, but they're not in the same packaging. They're not. It's very easy to remake those labels.
Yes, exactly.
And it's not the same product. Like you have to get it directly from the source, not
right. Right, exactly.
Don't
and again,
let strangers give you empty
containers.
Not
even assuming that Kendra is poisoning you on purpose. She's giving you open containers. Mm-hmm. So you don't know what could have accidentally, obviously in this case it's not, but fallen in. Even in that circumstance, I left it on my kitchen counter and oops, I knocked some sugar into it. That's obviously not going to kill you, but that can happen.
Right.
So, yeah, I was disappointed. And TJ, too, Mr. Know-It-All, he should have been the first one suggesting, let's test the only new thing that you've introduced in your body.
Right. I don't know.
So, crazy.
A little disappointed in how they're handling.
Yeah, I don't know that
it's not even dramatic.
It's not. It's very boring. I don't know that it would have showed up anything anyway, though, because Kendra switched the containers.
Right.
So it would have been negative for everything anyway. But that's where you should have started, was testing that.
But I think the biggest problem that, like I just said, like it's not even exciting. It's not.
Right.
I mean, we're sitting here watching going, you guys, what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. And especially to find the cure already. Not that I wanted Alexis to die, but if we would have actually taken her to the brink of death and then brought her back, maybe that would have livened it up a little.
So many times with this poor woman.
We have. But
I mean, she's had cancer.
At least
she's had her house burned down. She's been
a little bit more than this. Just, I have an owie rash and I'm really tired.
Right.
Okay.
Although using paint to treat it, that seems a little weird. But
I think that is right, though.
It does sound right because they use charcoal for detox. So
right.
Yeah. Prussian blue.
There was it wasn't a 2020. It was one of those murder shows. But that was how the husband was killing the wife and kids, was putting it in their iced tea or something. And so now I want to go back and watch that episode.
My husband's making my protein shakes for me because I can't hold the blender because it vibrates too much.
Trust him not to poison
let's just
you?
make sure that if anything happens, get me some Prussian blue.
I was going to say, if you suddenly get some weird rash, I will take you right to the hospital and know exactly what to test for.
You need to remove the thallium with Prussian blue, 3 grams.
And they'll be like, how do you know this? I think you are our first suspect. And I'm like, no, really, I didn't do it.
No, we just watched General Hospital. Although I've never watched the show House. Have you ever watched House?
I have not.
He watches General Hospital. It was so funny because we started watching it. My husband loves the show. And we started watching it last night. And it was the pilot. And he's like, he said something about how like in 8 minutes General Hospital's on. And I was like, okay, so he's being smart. No, he wound up in the cafeteria. He's facing the TV up on the wall. And they were showing Sunny and Jason. And I'm like, which episode? Where are we? What are we doing right now? And yeah, it was kind of
cool. That's awesome.
So I'm like, wait, does this guy watch General Hospital? Because that'd be fun.
We need to find that out.
I know.
We need to do an interview with him about how he got started.
Hey, Hugh Laurie, do you watch
love General Hospital so much it's written into your script? That's awesome.
But speaking of actors who watch General Hospital, guess who does?
Oh my gosh, I saw that. That's crazy.
William DeVry watches General Hospital.
That was a great conversation because you were like, do you just know the information because you're on the show?
Right. I thought it was because he posted, let me see here. If we promote what's on screen, we get grief. If we don't promote what's not on screen, we get grief. If we praise one actor, but not all actors all the time, we get grief. If we have no power over our characters, you guessed it, we get grief. LOL. It is what it is. Love. And he's right because some people are bonkers they're yelling at each other. They're fighting with each other over different storylines. It's like, come on, guys.
It's a TV show, guys.
Right.
We love it, but it's still just a TV show.
And then Mr. Playboy 88 said, I don't have a problem with any of the actors. They're all phenomenal. My issue is with the GH writing team. Okay. William DeVry, I think the show is on fire right now. I can say that because I watch every day. Hang in there, just my opinion. And so I responded, I was like, so do you actually watch the show or are you just talking about from being involved in it?
Right.
Just curious. And then I gave the huggy, happy face. And yes, people need to give you guys some grace. GH is supposed to be a fun escape from the world. Don't need to get in fights over it on the internet. And he said, I watched the show on air. I was like, that's awesome. I love that.
Yes.
Because that means he's a fan too.
Right, exactly. I wonder if he watched it before he started on it, though.
I don't know. I don't know. I know Donnell Turner, who plays Curtis, did because he was on Stephen Bradford's, and he said that like his grandma or something watched it, and so he would always watch it with them.
This grandma's got us all addicted.
I know. Good job, Grams. But yeah, I thought that was really cool that he watches it. But like, I would love to know how many do actually watch. I know Jonathan Jackson used to watch it.
Oh.
Yeah.
See?
So
yeah, we
but
need
like Stephen Bradford don't.
Right. They're so funny because they're like clueless.
Well, then Mara West was on this week on their show, and she kept talking about like storylines. They're like, because Steve said that he would have loved if Jason and Ava had actually gotten together when he was patient 6 and then gone from there and everything. But it was just funny because, I mean, she knew her character and all the other storylines inside and out. And they're like, yeah, we don't watch. So I don't know if she watches or if she just has a good memory. Or what. But we just totally went off subject. Sorry.
We do that often.
Yeah. But William DeVry goes back into Julian. So I love that he deleted Kim's number.
Yes. That had to be hard. And sad.
But it didn't even seem like he hesitated. He was like, yeah, okay, we're done. And Kim's gone now.
She is.
Yep.
She is.
That was it.
I was not ready for Hayden to get her apartment.
No.
That didn't even cross my mind. When she opened the door, I was like, oh, okay. That kind of makes sense. It's okay. I mean, I'm glad she's staying in Port Charles instead of going back to Beecher's Corner.
But she gave the impression like they had never met, but I'm pretty sure they had. Or that Hayden knew that, oh, hey, this is the woman who's taking my sister's husband. I think that Hayden knows who Kim is.
She should have, but you're right. She had no idea in that interaction.
No, and I didn't go look for it, but I'm pretty sure they've interacted at some point together. Or that she would have known about Oscar.
She should have known about Oscar. Yeah, I didn't know if they had met before, but she definitely should have known about Oscar and known that that was the woman sleeping with her sister's husband.
Right.
So,
just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, Sam. I wrote Sam's trial, and this is why we don't have private conversations in public places.
Right?
Because that's exactly why she got sentenced. I'm not sure how, because it should have still been considered
and just
hearsay.
because Jason could have possibly protected himself.
Right.
Does not
When you look at that gaffing stick, I don't know how anyone would protect themselves from that.
No. Even if he like leg swiped him and knocked him over or something, I mean, there was a real threat of danger. You know, that's still self-defense. Where's Christina?
No idea.
I mean, the official account just wished Lexi Ainsworth happy birthday a couple weeks ago, so she's still
part of it, right?
But where is she? Why is she not supporting her sister and saying, listen, this is all the stuff that this guy did to us?
Has she... We haven't seen her since Donna was born. She came to see Donna.
Yeah.
We haven't seen her since then.
I don't think so. But I mean, I feel like they almost took the storyline away from her.
Right.
And I feel bad because, I mean, Christina hasn't had a lot of... This would have been a really good storyline. It would have been... Okay, I'm glad that Sam shot Shiloh.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing if it had been Christina.
Yes.
You know.
I think that would have made her feel better, too.
Yeah. Her closure, because she's...
Right.
She was so far into it. You know, Sam wound up in tricky situations a couple times.
Right. But she put herself... We talked about that before.
Right.
She kind of was over dramatic in some of that because she put herself in those situations on purpose.
Right. Whereas Christina thought she was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So we want Christina back to finish her storyline.
Well, she should be there for Thanksgiving.
She should be there because her mom's in the hospital.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
Molly hasn't been around as much either. And like when Alexis first got sick, she was there almost every day. Mm-hmm. But now that TJ's handling it, she hasn't been around. He just keeps saying he'll call her. I'll let Molly know. I'll let Molly know. So maybe Molly and Christina are off doing something exciting.
Yeah, maybe.
Doubt it, but maybe.
Who knows? I knew Drew was going to change his mind.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I said on last week's recap. I was like, he's going to.
Did you?
I did.
I liked Elizabeth's response. She did a good job of asking, was he sure? Mm-hmm. And whatever. He was funny, though. He was like, you were just suing me in court to make this decision, and now... But I like seeing her back to her softer side of, no, I do acknowledge that you're a person.
Right.
And this is a huge deal for you to make this decision. So.
Yeah.
Do you think that if he actually has it done, they're going to give him his memories back right away, or that's going to be a struggle?
I don't know. Maybe it'll be a mix, like he won't be able to separate Franco and Drew's memories. Which is exactly what happened when Drew was Jason, right?
Right.
Because he couldn't remember whose memories were whose.
Right. And what's going on with Anna that she doesn't know.
Anna is such a gracious woman.
Yes.
And so good at the stealth threats.
Mm-hmm.
Like that conversation that she had with Hayden.
Yeah.
First of all, how she handled finding out about Violet was...
She did a really good job.
Amazing.
If I would have walked into my house, we said this last week, if I would have walked into my house and saw my man snuggled up on the couch like that, I would have flipped out.
Right.
And she did a very good job of taking it and what it was, but acknowledging that Hayden's being a little sneaky.
Mm-hmm. And telling Finn and being protective because she knows he's just like so sweet and it's like, but this is my daughter, you know.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to stick. I think they're going to make it through.
I hope so. I hope, because I don't see how he could forgive Hayden. The more that he gets to know Violet and the more that he loves her, the more that he even said it this week, it's relevant all the time that he missed out on because of Hayden. So I don't know how you forgive that.
I don't either. Especially when there was no reason, because Hayden tried to challenge Anna. Oh, you mean like with Robin? She's like, my husband, or, you know, she and Robert had dangerous jobs, you know. And this is, I actually thought about this. This is why Finn and Anna are going to work. And even though Anna and Robert are always going to have that thing, they're too much alike.
Mm-hmm.
Finn is a doctor. Finn is stable. Finn is stationary. Like, he'll be in Port Charles.
Right.
You know, but I think this might help her kind of maybe plant some stronger roots a little bit, maybe.
I don't know.
I'll be going every other day.
I feel like if having a daughter in Port Charles didn't keep you grounded,
that's true.
Then your fiance, husband, whatever, probably shouldn't be the reason.
Yeah.
But it would be nice. I feel like if she's getting older, what role is she really playing?
Right. I mean, she's basically going to be stepmom now at...
Yeah.
How old?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
That would be. But yeah, I mean, they shot everything in the foot with Hayden and Finn ever getting back together.
Yeah.
Because if they do now, like, that's just messed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
There would be trust issues there no matter what for the rest of their life, which I know the soaps are good at glossing over those things, but that just feels like too much of a betrayal.
Yeah.
For someone that's as sensitive as Finn.
Right.
If he had been a jerk also, then not that you're ever even, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. You mistreated me, I mistreated you, but Finn didn't do anything wrong. Right. So.
And how about Chase finding out?
He's so cute. He's so cute. We found out last week, right? This week is when he
found out from Robert, but then Chase confronted Finn when he was wrapping the present.
Yes.
And he's like, don't you think that's below Anna's reading level or something like that? But I like that. I mean, Chase really could have been really mad. And he's like, I'm just trying to figure this out too. He's like, I didn't want you to find out that way. You know, I was definitely going to tell you.
Right.
So,
again, I think he was covered because it was 3 days. If it would have been 3 weeks, then Chase would have a reason to be mad.
Right.
Willow's going to be cute with her.
Yeah.
Oh, as a little aunt.
Oh.
I know, not official, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
So cute.
That would be so cute. That would be so sweet. I'm here for it. I like it.
Shannon, seal of approval.
Yep. What about Jax and Nina?
I put Nina is against Valentine, !, exclamation point, and the like screaming, oh my gosh, emoji. She was so flip-floppy though with that even. How do you make a statement of, oh, I'm going to sabotage him, and then within the course of the conversation basically be like, he's a really good dad, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You can't, no.
She loves Charlotte. She obviously wants to stay. I don't know, because then they end the episode reading Little Women.
Yes.
And it's like.
But I liked Jax. He was like, don't tell me he's a good dad. Sonny's a good dad. Right. Blah, blah, and that was funny.
That was. And I mean, Jax has had his own share of things now too.
Right.
You know, I mean, hello, he bought a kidney off the black market for his daughter and look at what happened.
Yes.
I mean, it basically destroyed.
Right. Or even right now storyline, you can't have your daughter come live with you because you have a dead guy living with you.
Right.
So.
I do like how much Sonny is like needing on
Yes.
Carly. Like, come on, what's going on?
I'm sure it drives him crazy to not have all the information.
Oh,
but
sure.
he has a right to be concerned too, because her and Jax have cheated before. So
yeah, that is true. Do you think that Jax and Nina will actually get together?
I hope so, because I think that would be a way better relationship than her and Valentine.
Yeah.
Same thing. He's betrayed her just too many times. Eventually, you have to give up. There's no trust. So Jax would be exciting. And I like him in that role whenever he's trying to pursue someone and being all cute and romantic, and lots of scenes with his shirt off. It's great.
But what do you think's going to happen when she finds out Nicholas is alive?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I love how Jax is basically done with that. He's like, nope.
What do you think Hayden's going to do with that?
Valentine
offered her a lot of money to turn over her information.
Yeah.
But I feel like getting half of whatever from Nicholas, because they are still legally married, would have to be more than what Valentine's offering.
Yeah.
So you'd go where the bigger payday is.
Well, especially where if Valentine is offering any of the Cassadine estate, which is technically not his,
right,
to be given.
Yeah.
So, and she knows that, they'll be able to get that information. How did Valentine not know about Shady Brook?
I don't know.
I was like...
Yeah, I didn't know there was a great medical hospital in Port Charles. Really? Because
respite or care...
Everyone's been here.
I was going to say Nina was there with Franco. I mean, granted, it was pre-Valentine, but it was still...
Right, that would come out
part of her
somewhere
story.
In your relationship.
Right. Oh, yeah, by the way, did I ever tell you about the time I spent at Shady Brook?
Well, maybe that wouldn't come out in normal conversation.
No.
I feel like someone else would have told him. I wouldn't tell you if I was in a mental facility, but I feel like someone else would say to you, hey, did you know?
True. Think Spencer's going to come back anytime soon?
I don't know that they can bring Spencer back unless they're ready to bring Emma back and some other kids that are that same age. Right now, we just
hope they don't age him up. I love that little kid.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I think he's kind of like Robin. That actor will stay with that part forever.
Hear what we say?
He should definitely stay the character forever. But I feel like he has no storyline. He's getting too old. You know, the little kids just kind of, oh, they're over there, blah, blah, blah. He's getting too old to not have any type of storyline that we see him at least on a monthly basis.
Right. And the only storyline we ever see him in recently is him wanting to get back the estate.
Right. So once that happens, there's nothing else for him to want. So he should go into normal young teenager role. And there was no other young teenagers except for
They're going to have to bring him back, though, whenever they announce that Nicholas is alive.
Maybe he'll want to stay at boarding school. Maybe he'll come back, but then he'll go back to boarding school.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know.
It
would be nice to see him back. I'm not against it. I just don't see
why.
It feels kind of pointless. Yeah.
Right. I wonder if Nicholas will be out before Christmas.
I think so.
Yeah.
He's so dumb. He's going to get caught.
Sorry, I just rolled my eyes really hard. He is, though. Like, I have another errand to run.
Yeah.
Jax is like, do you just want me to put it on the cover of Crimson that you're back?
Right. Charlotte saw him at the docks. He was in the house.
How about him?
She was so smart, though. Why would you tell me this if my daddy didn't want you to? Like, I already know that you're a little shady, sir.
Yep. And I think that he might have convinced her, though.
He might have. Or maybe she just doesn't want to get in the middle of it, because I think she knows deep down that her dad's a little shady, too, and she doesn't want to be made more aware of that. But even just him slipping out, they went to walk... Who left? Hayden. They went to walk Hayden out of the house. And in that split second, he was able to open up the door to the catacombs. You know that door has to make noise because it's 1,000 years old.
Right. Unless they use a lot of WD-40.
Yeah. And shut it, and no one's the wiser that he was there. That felt not right.
No, I agree. Oh, and Stella's back.
Yes.
But Mike's going away.
He is. That was really bad.
That was hard.
That was really bad.
Because we haven't seen him for a little while.
I like the way that they tried to set you up for that, though, with him having the cap on and, like, sitting there all chillaxed. I was like, what in the heck?
Right.
And then he started talking, and I was like, oh, okay, that's supposed to be him a lot younger than what he is right now.
But that was really sweet, where he's like, I've got this girl, and I want to raise a family with her. And it's like, please record that and give it to Sunny.
Exactly. I wish Sunny would have heard that. That was very sweet.
I wish that Stella had told him that.
Yeah.
You know, not just I came from Mike's and he doesn't know who I am.
Right.
You know, and she's going back to England?
I don't understand.
Listen, we need you to bring Trina's family. We've established this.
Yes. Just follow our set pattern. Here
Exactly.
you go. This is your so-and-so. I don't even know. Long lost cousin? I do. I
Who
want
still
to meet
doesn't even have a
Trina's
name.
family. I want to meet her family.
And then Curtis and Jordan are going to go on a honeymoon with her?
That whole relationship is weird. I understand that she raised him, but he searches for her approval way beyond what normal is, in my opinion.
True. Yeah.
For a grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially where she's basically given them her blessing.
Exactly.
You know,
you don't have to prove
keep
anything
going
anymore. Right. Yeah.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did they tell her about the engagement yet? Or they
No,
got interrupted?
It was something for TJ to tell them, I think.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
I remember them saying something about it that made it seem like it was going to lead into that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I couldn't remember if it changed over or if I just missed it because I didn't take as good a notes as I should have. So
I didn't either. It's when the show isn't on Wednesday because it's like you start the week off, woohoo, and then you're like, oh yeah, I have to watch this. And I made the mistake of I didn't watch until yesterday, so we're recording on Sunday. So my notes are like, they told me in the hospital that I wasn't going to remember some things, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay,
all right,
yep. I don't really have anything else though, other than Julian. Do you think he's going to kill Brad, or have Brad taken care of?
No.
Or Brooklyn was listening. Did you watch her? Like it was either Monday or Tuesday's episode. She was watching very intently.
Yes.
And everything. So
I don't think he's gonna have him killed yet. Maybe eventually. I think Julian is really trying hard to not go back to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it would be a shame to ruin it over Brad.
Right. But it's for his son. Just can't figure out what she's there for though.
Me neither. And it didn't look like Ned and them knew either. So
I do think it has something to do with Nicholas though.
Yeah.
Like is she maybe Hayden's backup, but Hayden doesn't know that she has a backup? So if Hayden flakes out, it goes to Brooklyn?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, because why would she know that Nicholas was still alive? Like, why would he reach out to her? I just don't know.
Well, they had a little bit of a thing before Elizabeth.
Yeah, but Elizabeth stopped that.
Yeah, because she wanted him back. Mm-hmm. But then,
and she didn't.
We're not even going to get started on that whole thing. But I don't know.
I really feel like I need more information. Yeah. I can't even start guessing on this one because it doesn't make sense to me that all these people would know that you were alive, but yet you're still in hiding.
Right.
Because people can't keep secrets that well when you have that many people knowing what's going on. But at the same time, her timing is just weird.
Wasn't that Finn that said something about, for someone who used to be a spy, Robert's really bad at keeping secrets?
Yes.
That was funny.
Yes.
I like that.
That's very true.
Sorry I'm not as animated and enthusiastic as I usually am. I'm just kind of like, hi.
No, I'm glad.
I'm literally
don't be jumping around and hurt yourself.
I'm not going to be jumping around.
Sit there and behave.
But was there really anything else?
No.
I wonder how much of that stuff they've had to re-edit.
Yeah.
Just because now that's 2 episodes in 2 weeks.
Right.
That we've missed. Someone said I was watching, or I saw on Twitter, I think, that when the OJ trials were on, because remember, they were televised all day.
Yeah.
That basically, General Hospital wasn't on for a while. And so when it was finally over, they just did a quick recap or something like, oh, here's what would have happened. But it's like, I think that's what someone said. And I'm like, I don't want that to happen now.
No, don't do that.
No. So.
No, hopefully this is all over and.
We're only going to have 4 episodes this week too.
Right.
Because Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So that's, oh man.
Well, thanks for ruining my week, man.
Sorry. Maybe we'll get 2 on Black Friday.
I doubt it.
That'd be awesome.
It would be, but I doubt it.
Yes. Ready for
reality check.
I am first this week, and we are going to. I am going to start writing this down.
You do remember.
Well, because I listened to last week's just to make sure.
Oh, okay. It doesn't really bother me that much that you had to be that on top of it, but okay.
So my big reality is I got my boobs shrunk. I went from a G to a C.
Wow.
Yeah. So
crazy.
I am sore. I am tired. That's about it. Had to be at the hospital at 6:15 on Friday morning, and we were home by 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were home that fast.
Yeah. and then just been taking it easy. Other than that, didn't have, I mean, anytime you're scrambling to get stuff done before like vacation or, anything, it's so not even stressful, but just like so annoying, because inevitably you're going to forget to do like one or two things.
Right.
And, but one thing that has been very useful, and it should be up this week, is our swag store.
Yay!
So because my husband has taken off a couple days, he's basically not going to work until December 3rd. But he's been able to, he does graphic design and all that. I mean, you know that, but
yeah.
So we will be having some merchandise.
Yay!
That you can purchase. So be a perfect Christmas present for your favorite General Hospital family member or friend, or even yourself. So I will be posting more about that when we have it. But
that's awesome.
Yay, we'll have like cups and shirts and pillows and stuff like that. So
that is
should
so
be
cool.
some fun stuff.
I told my family that that's all they're getting for Christmas.
General Hospital stuff?
General Hospital stuff. I was
Sweet.
like, I'm going to make some car decals that say Pier 54, and that's what you're all getting.
Just all put them on your car.
Like,
thank you.
Here you go.
Yep.
So.
Yep, that's all that I have. What about you?
I mean, that was pretty exciting. That's
well, the swag stuff is for you too. So
thanks.
That's our joint reality check. Is that
joint.
This is something we've been working on for a while. We're going to have a new website too.
I love the background. Check it out, even if you just check it out. Like, even if you don't want to order anything, just check it out. The background's awesome.
Yep. We'll have some more stuff going up on there and everything too. So
yeah. My week. I can't. It's been so boring. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's been so boring. Oh, well, last night we had a church thing, and they were preparing us for the Advent season leading up to Christmas. And I won't get into like all the super religious stuff because, you do your own thing or whatever. But it was really just about preparing yourself and your family for Christmas and taking time out to fully engage in the season. And so they were talking about having like family movie time with no phones and no whatever, and just enjoy being, and other ideas of things that you could do for like people in the old folks homes, of going and visiting them or making little gifts or whatever. And we do a lot of that stuff with Girl Scouts, which is super nice. But even just on a regular family level of, take a couple minutes to stop by and visit somebody or whatever. And so it kind of made me like, oh, okay, now I'm kind of getting into the spirit of things.
That's
because
nice.
Madeline's birthday is December 1st. And so it's hard for me to get into the Christmas season because I get so focused on birthday that then it's 2 weeks later. I'm like, oh crap, I should probably do this Christmas stuff too. So
Thank goodness it's the first though, and not like the week before.
Yes. I know it could be so much worse. I'm just not used to it. All of my other kids are born in March, right in a row. It's nice and neat and together.
Yep.
And then all of the presents or all of the stuff that they wanted at Christmas time is on clearance. So I buy it, and it's all like done and together, and it's its own separate holiday in March that I don't have to worry about anyone except for the kids.
Right.
So for Madeline's birthday to be in December is super inconvenient. And I tell her all the time and tease her about it.
That's sweet.
So that, just to separate the two, because
because right now she's at the age where you do have to separate the two. It's not like she's older and it's like, listen, you want this big thing, you're going to get it for both.
Right. Exactly. I like to keep them very separate. So I just kind of hyper focus on birthday, but then it puts me behind on Christmas. So this was a nice event, and the kids got to serve at mass, and then they did a family dinner, and then the kids were taken off into their groups and did a little project and learned all about the Christmas season and all that stuff. While the adults sat and were given kind of a background on it and whatever. And I mean, again, not to dwell on the religious part of it, because you enjoy the season however you enjoy the season, but it was nice.
I think even if you're not a religious person, that having that focus and
the family time, or not even family, because some people's families suck, the friend time, the
focusing on things other than things.
Yes, exactly. Perfect way to put it.
Taking time out to focus on the things that really matter in your life, like personal relationships, or slowing down.
Exactly. Just enjoying it, because it goes so fast, and then you get into January and you're like, oh, I'm $1 million in debt, and that whole month was just a blur.
Right.
And so it's nice to have reminders of slow down and look at the big picture and do things with the kids that aren't around. What can they get? What can we do for other people, or let's just enjoy each other kind of stuff. So it was nice. I took my mommy with me because, showing up at the Catholic Church divorced is not a fun feeling ever. And so I was like, I don't want to go by myself. And my mom was big into the church. And so she was excited to just kind of share that family time with us.
Oh, good.
So that was nice.
That's nice.
So, yeah.
But so I guess that's it. And on this Thursday's Port Charles 411, we're going to talk all about Thanksgiving in Port Charles because it's going to be on Thanksgiving.
Right.
Well, Thanksgiving's late too this year.
It is.
So you're really like your Thanksgiving, birthday, Christmas. Ooh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's super
rushed.
Well, it's hard because it's their dad's weekend. And so I had to very nicely be like, hey, can you please give her back to me on her birthday or before her birthday? Because I'm totally selfish and I want her to wake up in her bed on her birthday. And he accommodated. So I was very appreciative of that. He's being very nice with the holidays, which I really do appreciate. So yeah, I will have her on her birthday. She's going to be 7, and that makes me so sad because I swear I just had her like yesterday.
We will always be able to mark our friendship because you were pregnant with her when we met.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.